Medicine was being administered to patients, such as pregnant women and newborn infants. Vought American would have doctors and nurses secretly inject people with the serum instead, without their consent or knowledge. This kept up the illusion that superhuman powers were given to soups by divine intervention, or a type of genetic superiority. Vought American and Samaritan's Embrace kept this program a secret for decades. Occasionally, Vought-aligned doctors would offer parents an opportunity to purposefully inject their child with Compound V, giving them superpowers. Of course, these parents would have to sign ironclad NDAs to ensure the truth wouldn't get out about the real origins of superheroes. And if they ever spilled the beans, well, Vought has some pretty powerful people on their payroll who can deal with that. By 1965, there were so many soups running around, flying around, I suppose, that Frederick Vought wanted to study them and learn their motives. He partnered up with Thomas Godolkin, a behavioral scientist who worked for Vought American, to found Godolkin University, also known as GodU. Thomas Godolkin had ruthless, violent, and supremacist beliefs, similar to those of Frederick Vought, and the pair created a learning institution that was really just a front to help Vought American conduct extensive research on soups and learn how to best control them. GodU functions almost as a Division I college sports program. At the university, soups are trained to hone their powers and hold Vought American in extreme reverence. Students are placed on a ranking system determined by their talent, branding, and media status. Once a year, students compete in the Vought Hero Draft, where Vought American gives winning students contracts to protect America's major cities. Queen Maeve, A-Train, and The Deep are all alumni from Godolkin University, and were famously drafted by New York City to join the Seven. Who are the Seven, you ask? Well, we'll get to that soon enough. But for now, it's sometime after the founding of GodU, and Frederick Vought has just passed away due to old age. Before his death, he published an autobiography, which would serve as a global reference for the founder and his company's origins. Of course, this autobiography omitted any and all details about his Nazi past, or any of the numerous crimes the company has since been involved with, and cements him as a hero in the American psyche. By the early 1980s, scientists of Vought American and Godolkin University realized that the earlier a human was exposed to Compound V, the more effective the serum was in creating superpowers. They wanted to utilize newly available IVF technology in order to create godlike soups. These scientists hypothesized that by exposing fertilized cells to Compound V in the blastocyst stage, they could potentially create soups that were ultra powerful at birth. Vought American offered free IVF treatment to couples who had trouble conceiving in exchange for their participation in the program. The program had a staggeringly high mortality rate, resulting in dozens of deceased infants. But in 1981, Vought successfully conducted their experiment. Using the genetic material of none other than Soldier Boy and an egg from an unknown donor, Vought scientists created a viable embryo that was implanted in the womb of a homeless woman, who was generously paid $2,000 for her trouble. That's about $7,500 in 2026 money, but still, that seems pretty low considering everything they're asking her to go through. The woman was able to carry the baby to term, leading to the incredibly bloody and violent birth of a baby named John, now known only as Homelander.